What's going on today, people? Today we got a really good video. We're about to be answering a question somewhat gave me an idea in the comments, so we definitely gonna shoot a video about it. It is gonna be about how to avoid major breakdowns. We definitely gonna get busy on that, but before we get into that, we gotta pay some bills. Our sponsor name today is Blicked Up. Better safe than sorry, but never be sorry for being safe.
Let's ride with the killing going on in the world every day.
Blicked up.
Better safe than sorry, but never be sorry for being safe.
Can't put my faith in no alarm system. I'd rather put my faith in God and my own pistol that I keep posted in my blicked up. It's more convenient than it being in the safe, so I switched up.
All right, we are back. We back, and we're about to talk about how to avoid a major breakdown. Now, it's no way to avoid a major breakdown, right? If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. That is not how it happens. You got a lot of guys that end up on the side of the road with their blinkers on, and they getting told all the time because they ignore the warning signs. They don't treat things with urgency. It's all, look, swear to God, if you are a new driver and you just really getting out here, you doing that on the operator thing. Let's just say you run into a situation where you're about to break down, like you feel like your trans going out, or that reefer unit acting up, or it's just something that's going on. Your engine is doing something weird, and you get through the load that you on, and you're like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna keep on riding. At the end of the week, I'll just get it done. No. That's how you end up on the side of the road. I'm going to tell you a short story of something that just recently happened to me. I was out rolling, right? And I went to pick up a load. And on this day, my temperature would not get down. And it wasn't really, really hot outside, but my temperature on my reefer been kind of acting funny, and it would not get down to temp. So I jumped out. They didn't load me, and it was getting late at night. So I checked the temperature. I still had like 15 more degrees. I was trying to get down to about -10. I'm like, man, it's been hours. I should have been down to -10. So I asked the lady, I'm like, is all the other reefers struggling to get down? She was like, no. And your reefer is working really hard. I'm like, what you mean? She was like, look at yours at the top. So I'm seeing all the smoke coming out the top of it. I'm like, okay. She was like, now look at all the other ones. She told me, like, those get down on hot days, couple hours, maybe 2.5 hours, from 75 down to -10. I'm like, dang, for real? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So it's really something going on here. So I opened up my reefer. The pipe in the back was scalding hot. So I'm like, all right, just a short run. I'm going to get it in. My reefer been working all week. I got it in. On my way there, I was about 5 miles away from where I needed to go. Reefer cut off. I got ice cream. I'm freaking out like, oh my God. When I found that out and I seen that red, I should have told them, unload this trailer. The reefer is acting up. Take it off, and took it to get fixed. But you know what? I said, I can get through this. My reefer cut off. Now I'm freaking. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I stopped. I seen the, when you look in the back, you see the yellow light. That means that there's something going on. It's either defrosting or it cut off. So I jump out. It wasn't defrosted. I'm like, oh, it cut off. I cut it back on. It fired back up. It started dropping the temp. By the time I got to the delivery, the temp was back where it's supposed to be at. They put me right in the door. I got in the door. As soon as they opened up them doors, cut my reef off. I'm like, all right, I'm safe. They'll get it off. They got everything off. Got clean bills. Got up out of there. Do I take another load? Heck no. I dead headed home. Went straight to the people that fixed the reefer. $3,000 to fix it. It's unavoidable. But the thing is that I got an oil change and everything too. One of the things about trucking is your truck, you'll get to know it. You will get to know it the same way, fellas, the same way almost like you know your wife. You know your wife is upset with you. You know your wife is about to shut down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get the warning signs. You get the warning signs before the big storm. Your truck will let you know. The majority of the time when I was going through something, and I'm not a mechanical person. I'm a tech geek. I'm a guy. I'm a tech guy. So your truck will start to do different things that you'll know is not normal. You'll start to hear whine or hiss, and it'll get louder and louder. Go get it checked out immediately. It don't matter if you think it's small or big. It will start to ride rough. You will start to hear a rattle or shake, a clunk. And you be like, that clunk one here. Let me, clunk, clunk. Okay, let me narrow this down. Where could this clunk be coming from? Another thing that you could do that I love to do is call your manufacturers, right? If you got a Freightliner, what's so hard about calling Freightliner? Man, it's making this clunking sound. I'm on my way to the crib. I just want to make sure I'm going to make it home safe with this clunking sound. Hello, Freightliner. My truck is making a clunking sound. I'm on my way to you. What could this be? What could it be? Do I need to stop? Let it cool out? What do I need to do? All right, where the clunking sound like it's coming from? Under the floor. Okay, what I want you to do is do this. Like, I've called mechanics to see what type of situation I got, and I've got diagnosed on the phone. Another short story. Out on the road, rolling. I'm about 160 miles away from the house. My clutch went straight down to the floor. I couldn't move. I called while I was still rolling and the clutch went down to the floor. I got myself off to the side. I called the mechanic that normally fix on my truck. Hello, what's going on, bro? Yeah, man, look, riding down the road, clutch has went down to the floor. It's not springing back up. I think my clutch just took a dump on me. He told me to do something. He was like, do this, do that. I was like, I did it. Okay, what happened? I tell him. He like, all right, and it sounds like ain't nothing wrong with your clutch. It sounds like that, I'm just going to make up a name for it. He said, it sounds like your clutch hitch just came unhinged. I'm like, what's that? Like, basically, something that holds in and it pulls against your clutch. When you pull against it like that, it came undone. So the clutch just died like that. I was like, so do I got to get towed? He was like, no. What you actually going to do, start up your truck, and you're going to have to slam that thing in the gear. And you're going to have to ride 150 miles without stopping. If you stop, you're going to have to slam it right back in the gear. You're going to have to jam that thing in the gear. You keep doing it, you can beat your trans up. But you do it one good time, and you just time it. If you're coming up on a green light, slow it all the way down. Make sure you're going to make it. I rode 150, 160 miles without stopping once. Can't make this up. I'm talking about I'm coming up on red lights. I'm in like first gear, creeping down. It turned green. Bam, I'm getting up in the gear. Get through that green light. Bam, 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 bam. Made it all the way there. Stop. Got it there. They fixed it right outside. The thing is, you have to make sure you call people, pay attention to the warning signs. The majority of the time, your truck will let you know what's about to happen. And for the most part, I've been doing this since 2010. Well, end of 2009 is when I got my CDL. I'm going on 13 years. And I've been on the side of the road broken down maybe 3 times in my whole career. Because whenever my truck coughs, I'm hitting it up with vitamin C. As soon as it coughs, I'm calling people, hey, what's going on with this? Why is it coughing? This, and this. What? And then over time, you're going to get to know that thing. I'm talking about, like, I know my truck. My truck, when it's sick, I know what's going on with it. I've been with the thing for 12, 13 years. I think that's probably one of my longest relationships in life is with that truck. So I'm just going to tell you guys that. I hope that's helpful to somebody. Somebody may need to hear this. You new guys out there, y'all scared about the major breakdowns, or you watch this video, don't be scared. And look, 2 more tips before we go. Number 1 is Make sure you saving up that maintenance in that maintenance account. If you could do $500 a week, I don't care if you got a new truck or old truck. If you got an older truck, try to do that. And you got your authority, you making good money, put up $1,000 a week if you can. And if you got good credit, try your best to get you credit card with a high limit. That thing right there will keep you on the road. Because if you need to swipe 10, 15, 20,000, you can just swipe that card and pay it back. And I'm going to give you the card to use. It's a card called Capital on Tap. If you get your business credit up and get that, and your credit is up, and you got a little time in the game, you apply with them, man, they'll give you 21 grand so fast. Capital on Tap. Not Capital One. Capital, CAPITALONTAP. This your boy Toon signing off. If you don't want to end up in the box, think outside of it. YBE.